What's going on YouTube here in sunny Phoenix, Arizona for the waste management golf tournament. Doing stuff out here with the Bourbon. Gonna take a little sit over here. Doing stuff with the Bourbon. Also playing some tunes. I'm out here with our online retailer, the Mixologer. We ship like 50,000 mini bottles a year, I believe, ish. A lot. Definitely we did like 30,000 or 40,000 I think last year. In cocktail kits, you know, Father's Day is coming up, Valentine's Day, the holidays, old fashioned kit, old Manhattan kit. They also do tequila and gin. We're not just bourbon, but we're super grateful for them. And I'm out here. I'm gonna host their party from 3 to 7 today. I think it's like 200 people, and gonna play some tunes and talk about the bourbon. I think just hang out. And I'm not gonna lie, I am whipped from having no power for 8 days in Nashville and then flying out here. And I honestly worked until like 4 in the morning. I just couldn't sleep and got up at like 7 or 8. So I'm whipped, but whatever, dude. Rock and roll. That's life. When you own your own businesses, you gotta do what you gotta do. Pros and cons, right? No boss, but you know, if something's going on, you gotta fix it. And, you know me, man. The Chat GPTs and Google Geminis, all the AI stuff, that stuff saves your life. So it just saves time. But yeah, we're stoked to be out here. I haven't been to Arizona in a minute. We used to ship out here at Breakthrough Beverage. I'll make this kind of more like a bourbon beer type video, and maybe like financing, underwriting, stuff like that, you know. So but anyway, sorry, that was gonna bug me. I was sitting there. Yeah, we used to sell out here years ago. I was living in LA. Want to move back for sure one day, but we were selling like in Total Wine, I think a couple grocery stores. But this is a tough market because it's a big box retail market. And so if you're in the business or don't know what I'm talking about, that just means like, you know, a Total Wine or a Costco or a grocery store, not like a mom and pop shop. And mom and pop shops, and I was always told they're not really a huge thing out here. And I'm looking around everywhere I've been, and I'm not really seeing them. I never saw them when I came here anyway. So you got to have a really good distributor that cares about you, and you got to just, you know, have someone who's working the market, because the big box retailers, if they don't see it moving, they're gonna kick you out. So this is a tough state for sure. I'd like to get back into it, but our headquarters from Mixologer is here. They ship out of San Diego. That's their brick and mortar store, because you have to either ship out of California, DC, or Florida, and I think Texas. Other states do it now, but it's mainly those states where you do online sales. So, but anyway, but stoked for the waste management. Never heard of it. My friends were giving me shit about it. They're like, you never heard of that? It's like the biggest party. I think the Killers played there tonight. I guess it's a big festival. My Uber driver was telling me all about it last night, kind of like making fun of me too, not knowing about it. But only here for the night, get back to Nashville tomorrow, which I'm kind of glad. I think I'm gonna start doing trips like that too, is where I just pop in and pop out instead of hanging out somewhere for really long, because I like being home and having a schedule and working and, you know, not being tired. Sleeping in your own bed is the shit. But anyway, wow, look at that. I don't know if you can see that. Look at that mountain. That's pretty sick. What is that? I love that stuff. That's why I miss living out here on the West Coast. Just miss the palm trees. I mean, Charleston's got them, but they're different out here. And just the weather, you know. I'm wearing a t-shirt. If I was in Nashville, there's a nice storm coming. I think again, we just went through, you know, freaking Armageddon. There's still like 50,000 people without power. But yeah, but I guess I'll, you know, to make this video a little longer and talk about business stuff other than music. But you know, if you're an artist too, if you're looking to get into financing, and I think that's one of the biggest topics anyway on YouTube. It's not a bad thing. There's good debt. There's, you know, if you don't know what you're doing, you can really get in trouble. And one of the things I learned last year, just, you know, you put your information out there. There's tons of websites. There's brokers. They sell your information. I get 50 phone calls a day. It's freaking insane. It's nuts. But there's different things. There's MCAs, cash merchant advances. I've done those. And merchant cash advances, I guess, or cash, whatever, CMAs, MCAs, whatever the heck. They could be good, but let's say you have $50,000 in revenue. Revenue is not what you take home. That's what came in your business bank account. You need to get a business bank account. If you're being an artist, an entrepreneur, it's not hard. Go do it. I used to always run everything through my personal checking. It kicked me in the ass when I was like, oh my gosh, I think I gotta get a loan. You can't really get it because it's not through your business. So I learned that 2 years ago, finally. I just kept putting it off. And trust me, when you got your business bank account, you show them your bank statements, underwriting. And underwriting is what they look through. They could be any type of document. and you can get a loan. Now with a cash merchant advance and MCA, those things just look at your revenue, and so they can be dangerous, where if you don't know what you're doing, and it's a new product, what I've learned, it came out not too long ago, a couple years, maybe like 10 years ago, but still that's pretty new, where they just look at your revenue and they go, oh, you do 50K a month, we'll give you 100 grand. But the issue is they start taking literally that Friday every week, and they'll take something like, they can take like 2 grand a week, 3 grand a week, and that's a lot. But if your revenue is way above that, you can manage it. But what ends up happening is what I've ran into, and I'm trying to fix for myself now, it can be a little scary, I'm not gonna lie to you. And I've fixed it before, but you sometimes fall back into it where we're trying to get traditional financing, like a long-term loan where it's like 5 years and the payment's low and you can grow with it, right? With a cash merchant advance, they can give you money the next day, and then the next thing you know, you might be like, oh shit, I spent it, I didn't know what I was doing, or I had to spend it. Now I'm kind of in a scary place because you can ping your account, you go negative, and you owe them. And so those contracts are insane. There's a lot of mom and pop type offices where they're scary dudes. There's that movie Buffaloed, I think. It's basically, if you ever seen that movie, it's like these people just calling people and giving them loans or doing land shark shit. I had one once where this guy stole $6,000 from me. He just pinged it, took it. And I was like, hey, give me out my money. He's like, what are you talking about? And so what are you gonna do, get a lawyer? Like, it was terrible. Obviously, you can leave these guys bad reviews, but they change their website all the time. And you just wanna make sure you're a good one. And good ones out there, if you're trying to get a cash merchant advance, On Deck is pretty good. Fundworks is good. There's big names out there, but you start going these other ones, man, they'll have like these weird, stupid names. And you can hear all these guys in the background talking. Those are ones you want to stick away from. But long-term financing, even for an artist, if you're trying to get into it, obviously Kickstarter was a big thing for artists. I think, there's still some merit to it. I think some people are kind of maybe tired of seeing it. But, there's Start Engine. I could put my link down here if anyone's looking to do it. We could recommend you to them. We raised like $250,000 with Start Engine for my Bourbon company 3 years ago. They do take half of it, but it's through social media. I would like to maybe do it again if we could buy out all our Start Engine investors and get them all their merch items we still own. The reason why it's been so delayed is because we had all this money stolen from a co-packer, and so we've been in this legal battle. Whatever. It's been a lot, but we're gonna get there. Once you get the items to everybody, maybe we'll be able to buy everybody back out. Everyone gets a return. We're trying to maybe even like possibly find a big investor, whatever. Be cool to do Start Engine again, because Start Engine now, back then had 800,000 users on it, and now there's 3 million. And so with 550 people through social media, we raised like 250K. We got half of it, but it's an amazing marketing campaign. It's your money, and you get valued at such a high level, you don't really lose much equity at all. But Start Engine, what it is you get SEC approved. It's got Kevin O'Leary on it. From Shark Tank, he's the face of it, and it's official. You can sell shares to people, so that's a good way of doing it. There's been a lot of liquor brands. When we did it, we kind of started a trend. We saw Rocket Vodka, Cheap Trick go on after us, and Walton Goggins, which it's cool enough. I'm in that scene with him on Vice Principals when they're tripping on acid. Him and Dan Brett, I'm the kid that walks out and goes woo, and then my twin brother's the guy in the costume. Walton Goggins, Mulholland Distillery went on there. What's his name? Dolph Lundgren, or I'm saying it right. The actor, he's got his vodka on there now. But anyway, that's a good, it's crowdsourcing essentially. It's hard to raise money for an intangible asset or retail stuff. Everyone wants to invest in technology. So there's also one called WeFunder, but I'll put Start Engine here. But also, no matter what, if you're trying to get loans, personal loans can be good. SoFi is a great one. The rates are very low. That's a very reputable, and they're like a marketplace. They're gonna go find it for you. You just don't want to get stuck in these crazy, fast approved ones, and that's usually a red sign. If you go, I'll give you money today, it's because it's like a shark deal. They're taking way too much interest. There's a huge fee just to get it, which is crazy. So a lot of people don't realize that. That's not supposed to happen, but people do it. It's so a lot of times if you get a loan for $50,000, there's like a $3,000 fee on it. So they just take $3,000 as the broker. And so yeah, dude, once again, I put my email down here. If someone wants to talk more finance, happy to assist on it. But the biggest thing you got to do is you got to do a business bank account. Always do that. Go get a good bank. I'm Wells Fargo. I'd like to be everything with Chase, to be honest with you, but But you know, I got a line of credit and a business bank credit card. You know, you just want to have money that's not necessarily yours because it can help you grow. Just don't blow through it, but it gives you capital, working capital to, you know, I don't know, run some ads or buy some product or, you know, go make a record. But you know, just don't blow all your money. And it's just nice to learn about that, because you should. Because I mean, Amazon, I don't know all the details, but Amazon doesn't make all that money. They have huge lines of credit. I think a lot of it's with the government or something, because they have these huge contracts. I forget, but it's very widely known that massive companies just take in revolving line of credit, and then once they pay a lot of it off, they pull it off again. So it's normal. And so it's not to get something freaked out about. People, when you hear loans or credit cards, we go, oh, like, no, it's just, you know, you gotta, if you're running a business, you gotta hustle and you gotta grow your business and you'll be fine, you know. I mean, I was kind of, I guess, a business minor in college, arts management, and I took a lot of business classes. I don't think I got business minor. I don't remember, man. I was like Van Wilder. It took me like 5-6 years. I transferred 3 times, and that was a jazz guitar, and then I was communications, and then I was arts management. So whatever. But financing's not a bad thing. It could be a good thing, and a lot of people take debt. And it's also good because then you start getting business credit and you can get bigger loans. And then if you start paying off your loan, a lot of it, you can reach out and go, hey, can you guys wipe it out and let's start over? And, you know, that's how big people grow is money. You know, the joke in the liquor business is you want to be rich. In the liquor business, you got to be rich already when you start out. So, and I think that's also with music, man. I mean, you know, look at the Grammys. I barely watched it. I used to watch the Grammys religiously every year, but I don't know. It's kind of just a whole new thing now. But if you look at the Grammys, man, you see these people, they're like, you know, I forget, I don't know, I'm not trying to talk smack, but there's a girl that won Songwriter of the Year. I don't know who that was, you know? I'm like, there's some badass writers in Nashville, but in Canada. Obviously, I think, I don't know, it's the Grammys, just the United States has to be, right? But I don't know. I am still a voting member. I just haven't paid my dues in years. Also, if you're trying to be a voting member, you just need like 6 or 8 credits on allaccess.com, or no, allmusic.com. You submit it, you're a voting member, you pay $100, you can vote, you can go. I had tickets to the New York one, the 50th anniversary, and then like went up there and I got the flu. It sucked, so I couldn't even go. It was wild. I think it was the first time I was in New York in years. It's always in Los Angeles, but I don't know. I'm just saying, money makes the things move, you know. And if someone sees you're successful, they're gonna take you more seriously too. So, well, anyway, hey guys, thanks so much. Hope to make another video out in Phoenix, and I'll make one tomorrow. See ya.